DTG is a name that is given to people who live, not visit, but who have substantial time engraved on Skid Row. One wouldn't imagine what has happened that you're wound up in such a cesspool of depression. Well, under that depression, there is a silver lining of gut survival called street survival. That's the Skid Rowian. So off the wall came the actual, thank you sir, characters, which turned out to be, in the 21st century, DTG. Well, what's a DT? Come on, respect what we're doing, sir. What's a DTG? Downtown Gangster. The wall, or the Berlin Wall. The name is derivative of Berlin, like in Germany, Nazi era, separating the aristocrats from the poor, rejected society, I imagine, in Berlin. And the wall was erected in Germany during the Nazi occupation, if you will, to separate the two. Well, we have a Berlin Wall because the community is now known as Skid Row under all its missions, under all around its rehab facilities, Salvation Army, Union Rescue Mission, LA Mission, philanthropist, everything you can think about far as helping a certain kind of people who the world literally forgot, called the community of Skid Row. The forgotten people. The lame, the alcoholic, the drug addict, the mentally ill, the abandoned, the afflicted, the lone wolf. All of these affluent actors have a stake invested in the structure of these different recovery avenues. Mm-hmm. First, let's identify recovery. So if you want to recover, that means you have lost something. Well, the people in the Skid Row community have lost their heart. Well, if you have given up on life, all you have is Skid Row, like the word of a screeching tire, skid, at the edge of futility and oppression. If you want to get a theological conception, it would be called, in the Bible, the cave of Adullam, 1st and 2nd Samuel, where King David found himself in the Skid Row of his spiritual development. It's a metaphoric term for having some sort of unity in another kind of housing development, which is normally the Los Angeles County Jail. And we all know, if you ever been to the Los Angeles County Jail, and I've been there a number of times, not arrested, but rescued from Skid Row. A place to dry out, a place to get a free meal, a place to get some peace in the cell with myself outside of the unrestricted zone of Skid Row and the violence. And you know, when you're homeless, you are privileged to the elements, the wind, the people, the police, the robbers, the jackers. You have no protection. So the term DTG is synonymous to people who live on Skid Row. Why? Well, if you go to the county jail, it is conglomerate and it's multi-purpose. But what kind of purpose? Gang bangers, Crips, Bloods, Mexican Mafia, La Raza, Aryans, Nazis. And when you go to the LA County Jail, Border Brothers, Serranos, you go to your particular set, or you go to your particular jail housing, the sheriff always do an intake and they look at your tattoo. Where are you from? Are you from the 30s, the 40s, the 20s? Are you Crip? Are you Blood? Are you Mexican Mafia? Are you 18th Street? Are you this? Are you that? Where are you come? Are you non-affiliated? Well, if you don't have an affiliation, you gotta be housed somewhere. Well, if you're from downtown, you're from DTG, Downtown Gangster. And so it's so many people that leave from Skid Row to go across the street to the LA County Jail that over the periods of time, it became a population inside jail known as Downtown Gangster. So that's where the term comes. Berlin Wall, Downtown Gangster, which is our future children.
So before we go, we want to say you served in the armed forces.
Yes.
So we want to thank you and every other legitimate American, a superstar, who's serving in America's armed forces.
Thank you, sir. The honor and the privilege to be the member of the United States Army 75 Delta, Records Clerk Specialist, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Benning, Columbus, Georgia, Headquarter Company Command under Captain Feeling, worked at the MPRJ at Harmony Hall, Sand Hill, and Kelly Hill. An honor to serve. But more importantly, I am a soldier of Skid Row. Bam.